This is the housing conversation. Local markets, real lives, better decisions. That's Jake Johnson, and I'm Brian Smyth, realtor guy,
Mhm.
mortgage guy. What
Yep.
is happening this week in your world, Jake?
It's been an interesting week, for sure. I've also realized the importance of good communication between all partners in the process.
Sure.
I had a buyer not get a house. That happens. Like, that's not a big deal, honestly. That's part of the process, right? It's more so hey man, let us know we're competing. Let us know we're going to lose or win, or that there's something we're up against. Because sometimes, like anything, if we're not going to get countered, which doesn't happen a lot, you're self-countering sometimes. Hey, I didn't know we were in competition. Let me adjust this inspection part or the purchase price, or like there's always something we can do. And
Sure.
so to not have that opportunity, it robs your sellers oddly of getting a better offer. That's how I look at it. So just let us give your seller more. Like,
Do you, do
tell
you think
us.
it's do you think that's part of the shift in the market that's coming, maybe here already, where previously it felt like I have a house I'm willing to sell, and then people were like, I will give you all the money for that house and remove
Mhm.
all contingencies. And I think I'm seeing sellers be a little bit resistant to losing the seller's market and delivering it to the buyers because
Yeah.
I'm seeing stuff where there's contingencies, and I'm seeing stuff where there's maybe a seller concession, and I'm seeing
Mhm.
stuff where, it's changing direction. So I mean, communication for sure. Does that mean, like, is that what the misconception is? Do you think the other agent
Maybe.
is like, oh man, this must be their best because I've seen best?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Well, I think also it comes down to it. Like, there was only a couple offers in that situation, so a counter wouldn't have been impossible, right? Um, I also think it comes down to explaining that until before the pandemic happened, people didn't waive inspection, people didn't waive appraisal, people didn't like that didn't happen. It wasn't normal.
Mhm.
So even though I've only been in the industry since that time forward, my wife works in title, and so she's like, yeah, that we didn't those weren't things. We didn't do that. So I
Mhm.
think for those of us who've only been in it for the last 5 years, we don't know any different. But it's about, hey, you know what? Going to have an inspection. Do I know there's going to things that come up? Absolutely. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we're going to give you a concession of a couple $1,000s. If it's
Mhm.
above that, it's a big ticket item that we're going to have to fix. And if inspector doesn't care about it, appraiser probably does. So we're going to cross this bridge anyway. But let's not, ticky tack around a smoke detector and a carbon monoxide detector. We'll pay for that. We'll take care of it. No big deal. Um, but when it comes to, like, I don't know, your panel is old and a fire hazard, or there's a leak in your roof,
We
or
don't we don't love these fuse buttons in here. We want
yeah,
breaker boxes.
screw
Uh,
fuses, not your friend, not what you want to see ever, ever, ever. Yeah,
you like
uh,
unscrew one and like a penny falls out and you're like,
yeah,
oh, yeah, override.
not
Don't do
good.
that.
Don't do that.
Hazard.
Don't do that. I've seen it and I've
Red
watched it happen in
red
inspections. I'm like,
alert.
yeah, yeah. I think at the end of the day, what you're talking about is just more communication, right? I think that's the flip side of that is I have another deal, where, because I talk to the agent a lot, the lender and the city, because we're using down payment assistance, talk to the other agent and explain the process, explain the
Mhm.
timing, explain how it's going to work. They were like, oh, okay, we'll do it. Like, you seem like you guys know what you're doing and going on, and we'll be able to close. And I was like, yeah, it's gonna be fine. Like, there are going to be hurdles, but everyone's ready to jump over them. We just have to know which ones they are and how far out they are. Um, but if you don't pick up the phone, it's hard to have
This
that
is
conversation.
this is a big thing, right? So for everybody, I'm always like, hey, realtor, if you want, I want to offer it out there that I'll call the listing agent and talk to him about me and what I can talk about with the file so that they know that there's a real human person there and that
Yep.
there's a company behind me and that I thought about and I read the file and I know who the people are and that it makes sense, right? Um, I think it's a big step, you know. So if you're just getting a pre-approval or a pre-approval, what's the difference? Well, this
Right.
guy called me up and is going to
Mm-hmm.
communicate. It's going to be upfront. Is going to be moving it along.
Yep.
It's important. Knowing what you're
Yeah.
doing, knowing what you're talking about, being
100%.
personable and ready to
Mm-hmm.
engage. These are all big parts of the job. And I think why AI won't take my position.
Yeah. Hey, well, maybe there's a myth we could talk about, right? Like, the role AI plays. in our jobs because I know from like a real estate standpoint, AI can't open the door for a house. It's physically impossible because it's not a real thing. And they can't negotiate because that
Mhm.
requires a different kind of critical thinking and understanding laws and things. But AI can streamline some things, right? It can make me, my systems are better. Who to call is better. My email gets cleaned up faster. Um, can it automate the process of making sure documents go out? Does it automate reminders going out?
Mhm.
Sure. It allows for those kinds of things to happen, but it doesn't replace me. If anything, it lets me do the thing that I'm uniquely qualified to do: negotiate, open
Correct.
doors, drive to a house. Like these are all things that a computer cannot do yet.
Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say, I feel like I heard us just invent the remote access to listings.
yeah, no,
No, we
yeah,
don't. Wait, does the seller not want just people to be able to remote in and walk around their house without a licensed person? Oh,
yeah, yeah.
there's probably
Well, I think about,
some
and
law
from your
there.
perspective with like mortgages, right? AI is got to help in some ways with what you guys do.
Sure. I mean, you look at it, you go, what's a synopsis of what I'm looking at? Or, I mean,
Mhm.
technically, you could look at it and be like, hey, here's my borrower. They're 720.
Yep.
Um, they've got X amount down. Can you compare this program versus this program and give me
Mhm.
what we think the merits are? The trick to that is that currently, and I think for the future, you're going to have to know the difference in reality, right? So
Oh
like
yeah.
this stuff, you're like, oh, and then I just have them summarize what's in the email, and I'm like, that I've read the summaries of emails or I've read the summaries of meetings, and I go, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
That's,
Hmm.
but you kind of got to be, when I have a summary of a meeting, I look at it and go,
Hmm.
glad I was really there,
Yeah.
and so there's
Yep.
there's parts of it it's missing and it's parts of it that it's gaining ground on, but I just,
Mhm.
what's the math is the math, right? So it's
Yeah.
like the advent of the calculator. Can I do
Hmm.
it faster? Yes. You know,
Yep.
can it still have an error in it? Sure. There's
Hmm.
user inputs there,
Yep.
so you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta be able to
Yeah.
follow up and deliver what you say is true. But
Absolutely.
I don't think in the very near future there's a lot of concern for a mortgage guy. Maybe, I say it, maybe there's some processing or some operational stuff that can be eliminated where you
Mhm.
go, yeah, we're shuffling documents and retitling things and we're making sure we see the, you know, income number and it slides
Yep.
across and I can check it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. I don't know,
Mm.
but I think that's the myth is that real estate agents are going to get removed.
Yeah.
I did read an article. Did you see the article?
No.
There's a guy who used, I think it was ChatGPT to sell his house.
Oh.
He sold it with AI, whichever it was. Um, and it was for a price above what the agents he had talked to recommended that he sell it for, which I thought was interesting. I didn't read
Yeah.
too deep into it. I
Hmm.
think that that's a unique and very independent outlier. But
Yeah.
people are trying it.
Yeah.
I'm sure for every one, there's 1,000 that failed at that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the
I think
AI
also,
savant.
yeah, when we try to help people sell property, like I look at it as a partnership. Like I don't have all the
Mhm.
answers about your property. You know what makes it special. You know why you bought it in the first place. Tell me that. And then,
Mhm.
you may know your neighborhood better than I do. I can't tell you I don't. I don't live there. Like that would be,
Right.
I can't know everything. But what I can do is offer you expert advice, marketing. And again, some of our biggest talents as agents is not the let's get your house listed or let's get you under contract. It's how do you handle negotiations? How do we handle
Right.
timelines? How do we handle when you're trying to pack and move and change jobs and get your kids in new schools? And oh my God, we have this negotiation. Well, let me make it simpler for you. Like,
Right.
do you want to freak out about the inspection or do you want to know that, hey, they wrote this concession in the offer, so you don't have to worry about these things? These few things they want to negotiate on. What would you like to do? Do you want to fix them? Do you want to give them a closing cost credit? Do you want to escrow for it after closing? These are all options. None of them are good or bad. They're just options. What would you like to do, seller? Um, as opposed to looking through a 70-page inspection report and being like, oh my God,
Yeah,
my job
this
is
is
to
the
make it
worst.
simple.
I point
Yeah.
back all the time. What do you do without an agent if you're under contract, you're moving towards the closing table, and we have crazy things like what happened this year with the rainstorms and the city of Milwaukee flooded. I mean,
Yeah.
basements are caving in on themselves.
Yep.
Hey, if you have an agent, that agent goes,
Hmm.
here's the letter of the law, here's how we handle that, here's the
Yep.
contract I wrote, here's why we use this contract for just such an
Hmm.
occasion,
Yeah.
replacement cost, X percent versus Y percent.
Hmm.
This is a real life example.
Yeah.
I had a transaction that had to go away because of that. And
Hmm.
that's a bummer, but it's the best thing that happened for the
Right.
borrower.
Yeah.
The sellers were trying to explain that they ripped out the flooring in the basement, the
Hmm.
finished basement, and it became an unfinished basement. And they
Oh,
were like, "But you're welcome because we did all the demo for you." And I was like,
but now it's not finished.
"Right." And that's it. That's the thing. Even I, the non-realtor in the group, goes, "Hey." It has to be in the status that it was when the
Yeah.
offer to purchase was accepted at the price at which it was accepted, or
Hmm.
you got to bring it back and or renegotiate.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, they didn't have the money to
Mhm.
fix it. So I was like, well,
Yep.
you're keeping it. Um, that's a hard deal, you know, but
Yeah.
that's hey, what's a good story of why you should use a real estate agent?
We're here to make your life easier at the end of the
Mhm.
day. Like, truthfully, I don't even think it as like as it gives you some kind of advantage. Like, yes, we give you a competitive advantage, but at the end of the day, our job is to make your life easier through the process.
Right.
And that could be as simple as like, hey, I know a painter, so you don't have to go find one. Here's the guy, and he's coming at this time, and he's not going to screw you, and like that kind of stuff. Or, hey,
Right.
I just I need a mover, or I need something short term. Okay, like I we have that Rolodex. It's what we do every day. If I needed something, a mechanic, I go to a mechanic. I don't say, hey, man, I know how to change my oil, my tires, and my pistons, but I just need you to do this one small part. I say, something's wrong.
Yeah, go do the deal. Do your job.
Fix,
Thank you.
fix the thing. And
If there's an additional thing, like my brake lines are
yeah,
busted, we want to
yeah,
know. We want to know
yeah.
what that is.
Hmm.
Is
And
it,
then fix that too, because I
yeah,
know it's important. Like,
yeah. Is
let's
it an
not complain.
emergency?
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
right. Hmm.
Yeah. Do you ever have that where the guy looks at you at the auto shop and he's like, "Hey, um, I'm not letting you drive away with this."
Oh,
It's
yeah, I had that happen once. It was like I don't know. I was young. We just had our kid, and so we had no money. And I
Mhm.
go there, and I get an oil change, and they looked at my tires, and they were like, "So you can't leave with those tires." I'm like, I have to. They're like, yeah, you're gonna sign all this stuff that says that you can't do that. I was like, awesome,
You're like, "Oh, come on, man. You can't even see the wire mesh in there
right? It's
yet."
probably fine. It's
You're
probably fine.
good. It's good. It's summertime and it's no
Hmm.
rain in the forecast. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, also a bad idea. That's the second recommendation we made. Fun. And no, don't do those things. That's be safe.
As it gets warmer, make sure to pick up your dog poop in your yard, as I was
Okay.
doing a little bit today. And we have four dogs, so
Super
I
gross.
it's rough. It's real bad out there. I thought it was dirt. It's a lot of poop. So
Yeah.
that's what I would say. If you're a seller or a buyer, you own a home or you have pets, check your yard because it's going to show up real bad right
Yeah.
now. So clean
Oh
that up.
yeah.
You'll be very happy.
There is a girl in high school local here who advertises that she will go and she will, as the snow melts, she will go and clean up the dog poo in the yard. And I'm like, that's interesting.
Great.
My dog, all away games. It's we take her and she walks and nothing in the yard.
That's
So,
awesome.
well,
Well
it
done.
is, unless you find poop in the yard, in which case you're like, that's not my own dog's poop, and that's a different level of gross. It's not the same gross, it's more
Yeah,
gross. I don't know
that's
why. I don't know
awesome.
what the difference is, but it's grosser. That's not a dog I love.
Right. That one doesn't get to come inside.
Yeah, correct. No, that's so you got yeah, that I would say yeah, let's get outside. That's the
Yeah.
stuff. Everybody I'm talking to right now, like, oh man, we're almost there. And I really people are out loud saying, I'm just so excited to go outdoors
Yep.
and be outside and living and the sun is out and it is time. It is time for
Yep.
spring. So bring on
Absolutely.
baseball and be outside.
For
But
sure. Yeah.
yeah, it's time. Speaking of dad joke, what's the best time of day?
I don't know what time.
Hands down, 6:30. Yeah, yeah. I
That's
even
great.
I even did a fun lead into that one. That was
Uh-huh. That was good. I liked that a lot.
Oh, all right.
That's
I
amazing.
think on that note, quick trip sign off, not a sponsor, but we will see you next
See you
time.
next time.